2023 was $175 billion. You can see that market revenue broken out by region here. Two things catch my eye. One, 175 billion. We have watched a couple of companies in the last few months. We just saw one this last week that is moving away from direct selling. They are a drop in a bucket, and it's not the model that caused them to do it. It was either greed or stupidity, but it was not grit. It was not the model's fault. And a lot of these people are coming to Doterra because they know we will never leave this model. So that's the number one thing. 175 billion cannot be wrong. The other thing that catches my eye is Europe. Europe generates the same amount of revenue, again, in this direct selling network marketing environment as North America. But at the moment, and Doterra North America got a big head start, 6-year head start. Doterra North America is 3 times, it's close to 2.5 now, 2.5 times the size of Doterra Europe. So let me illustrate this fact a little more clearly. Today, Doterra Europe's revenue and market penetration is roughly $400 million. If we are to assume Doterra Europe has the same penetration rate of that of the United States, Doterra Europe will achieve 1.2 billion. So as we're casting our vision, we're manifesting what we and our teams are going to do, we should triple in the next 6 years. That seems a very achievable thing for Doterra Europe. Let me show you another fascinating metric. But before I do that, I want all the Romanians to stand up in the crowd. The Romanians, stand up. All right, sit back down. And I could have done this with a few markets, but Romania certainly has that tiny little extra oomph to what I'm going to show. Doterra Romania has a staggering 17% penetration of the direct selling industry in our market. So if we are to assume that the entire Doterra Europe can reach the same penetration as Romania, Doterra Europe should ultimately develop into a $6.6 billion market in the next 10 to 15 years. Yeah. It's already been done. We're not even envisioning anything that's not already present in the Doterra world. But this is truly a thrilling time for us to be part of Doterra's growth. One final slide note here. I'm not putting a ceiling on that 6.6 billion. I believe, and we are working every day to be the most impactful direct selling company in the world, and Europe, no surprise, is leading the way. So, over the last couple of slides, we took a look at Doterra Europe's current and future state. So, let's examine Doterra Europe's past. This was 2015 was a very fun time for me to come to Europe. Because of you, look at that. Unbelievable. In 2021 and 2022, we experienced a little drop. COVID had most of that to do with it. I'm sure some of you had concerns at that time. Some of you may have even slipped back a little bit. Again, you've got to have grit. You know, and maybe even double faulted a few. Maybe you just got beat a couple of times. That's okay. But thanks to your untiring work and the European teams, and we do have the best corporate team in Doterra in Europe, by the way. We talked about bringing them over, and I'm like, we can't take them away from Europe, although we have done that a few times. But we're not going to do it now. But thanks to your untiring work, this great Doterra corporate team, I'm thrilled to report that Doterra's growth is back onto the upward trajectory. So let's look where Doterra Europe will be, where it will get to. as we slide in, as we look into the future, and based on market penetration rates, Doterra Europe is ripe for continued explosive growth. As this long-term view reveals, the 2021-2022 dip is nominal. We are focused on the long-term play and confident that we are poised for immense growth. It's important to remember we will always have bumps in the road. Stuff is going to hit. But as we focus on our core fundamentals, we can remain confident in our upward trajectory. Now, this is a moment I do want to say to our leaders, we have to have our own personal grit, but as leaders, you also have to have grit that you can teach your team to have. You need to help them have the same resilience that you've developed. That's the difference between being an individual performer and a leader. Now, I love this slide. You may have seen me share it already. Look how young Doterra is. Only 16 years old, while most of our competitors have been around for 50 plus years. But we aren't just pushing ourselves to reach new heights in the direct selling company industry. We envision a future where Doterra is as well known as any of these titans in the health and wellness industry. We will not rest until we become the most successful direct selling company and one of the top 4 health and wellness companies in the world. We only do it with you and on your shoulders. So thank you for being a part of this. I'm so glad you're all part of this incredible movement. So, getting back outside, it's beautiful out there today. Those of you who know me well, a lot of you have hiked with me in Utah. The Rockies in my backyard are epic, but they are probably no match for the magnificent Alps. But nothing gives me a greater thrill than hiking to the top of a summit, only for the vista to reveal a far grander, more challenging peak behind it. I feel that this is an apt metaphor for our journey together. Over the last 10 years, Doterra Europe has scaled a remarkable peak. And while there is much to celebrate from your new vantage, the future holds far greater heights. Navigating this climb with you is the greatest honor of my life. So again, thank you for allowing me to do it. Before we dive into the corporate strategy that will guide our next ascent, allow me to briefly show you the rest of my presentation in one slide. This is a moment where I want to pause. I want to pause. She told me never go back when she gave me this, but I just did. Because many of you heard of Isaac Wilson? Isaac is amazing. I started working with Isaac on this healthcare initiative for Doterra early on in my career. Was in awe of him. And so he was a finance guy, and at Doterra there's this kind of thought of be careful around the finance and legal guys because, they're not going to let us grow like we want to. But I knew he was different. So I was able to convince him to leave finance, come to Europe, and he has done an incredible job. He is now one of the 6 people on our core Doterra leadership team. He is the head of strategy now for Doterra and is incredible. 4 of the 6 people on this leadership team have most of their experience in Europe, just to give you an idea of what Europe is doing to lead global. So here are the 5 questions we are answering with thanks to A.G. Lafley. 1, what is our winning aspiration? We'll see if ours match up. That's why you're my board. We're going to talk after my talk tonight, tomorrow, and the next few months about your winning aspirations and how they're matching up. Do we have these things right? We want to know. Where will we play to win? How will we win? What capabilities must be in place and what management systems are required? Now, I know the 5th one you shouldn't care about. You've got enough on your plate. That's completely on us. The rest of them, though, we have to work together a lot. And you'll tell us, as you're good at, when our management systems are not up to par. We got to get them there. So our purpose is to help the world heal, as established by our founders, and you are wellness advocates. To do that, we must be the world's most impactful direct sales company. And we will do that only by attracting the best leaders. I say this all the time. I think it's become like a frankincense drinking game whenever Isaac or me say, well, in Europe. But when I got to Europe in 2015, you remember that slide where it was just barely a blip of activity. I was kind of shocked to see a couple of little countries, smaller population countries like Slovakia, beating all of these other countries. Slovakia, I talk about Slovakia all the time. It was beating everybody. I'm like, how is that possible? It doesn't make sense under any scenario from the world I was coming from. But I found out quickly it had phenomenal and has phenomenal leaders. Great leaders build incredible markets and incredible teams. So you can see our 4 capabilities that we have established that made us great. Oops, I got to go back again. I jumped too far. I'm getting too excited with my buttons. So you can see the 4 capabilities that we have established that made us great up to now. See if you agree. And then the next 5 capabilities that we still need to work on to hit our stride. We're 16, we're a teenager. We've been amazing at these first 4 things, but now how are we going to go into this next phase of our life? So, our purpose, as I said, is we help the world heal. Helping the world heal is our true north. That's where we keep our focus at all times. It has and will continue to guide each step on our journey. We help the world heal, I believe, through 3 priorities that have been core to our identity since day one. First, people, you. We empower individuals, families, and communities in their pursuit of self-reliance to take control of their health and finances. We provide opportunities for personal development, connection, leadership, prosperity, and fulfillment. Second, products. We provide the most tested and trusted natural wellness solutions on the planet. We advance science for the innovative use of essential oils and other natural products. And third, purpose. Through our co-impact sourcing program, we break cycles of human suffering and poverty. Through our products, we truly help the world heal. And through our business opportunity, we enable entrepreneurs to thrive. For us to understand and to know where we should go in the future, we need to understand what made us become a $2 billion company and Doterra, Europe, a $400 million company. Number 1, we have the world's best and purest essential oils sourcing network. This matters. We get the best oils from the right place. No one else does this. They buy it from middlemen, they use synthetics. There's a reason people try to be like Doterra, because we have set the gold standard on how to ethically and sustainably source our products. 2, you have done an amazing job at giving powerful and emotional stories that generate buzz and excitement, and most of all, heart. I just saw that at this We Share event. 3, our business opportunity has such a high success rate. I was recently speaking to a founder of another direct selling company who incidentally would love to be acquired by Doterra. We're not going to do it, but and I asked him how many leaders they have at their top level of their compensation plan. In our lingo, how many of your people are blue or presidential diamonds? He said 0. Everything that made sense to me when he said their company was struggling. Today, we have had a total of over 1,200 individuals reach Blue Diamond and 325 people reach Presidential Diamond within this very short life of Doterra. Yes. Not only that, dedicated people see success early with Doterra, and we've got a plan to make sure that we're better at that, because we've got to modernize the starting point of Doterra a little bit as we update and enhance our compensation plan. 4, excellent leader and corporate community. Europe is, again, the gold standard of this. I just watched it. I watched the genius of Elena, the heart of, boy, you just could name anyone, of the Bulls, of Frank, of all these people. I've watched it at this We Share. I've watched it since 2015. You have all these people with these incredible skills, and they share it to anyone and everyone, because we're building this together. It is not competition, it's collaboration. And that sets us apart from any company I have ever seen. So, what are our accomplishments? As you can see, we have hit some amazing milestones. World's largest essential oil company. We're privately held, debt-free, 2 billion in global sales, plus 1 billion in assets, 10 million customers globally, 3,400 corporate employees, offices in 20 plus countries, and world-class retention. Every direct selling company on earth would kill to have our retention. Now I want you to see what our focus is over the next few years. As you saw the core capabilities that got us to this point, we acknowledge those capabilities will only get us so far. We need to continue to refine our core capabilities to take us to the next level. Our focus, our winning aspiration, again, is to be the world's most impactful direct sales company. To be the most impactful, we need to be the largest, most trusted, most desired, and most admired. We need prospective leaders to feel confident that Doterra is the right home for them. Direct sales is the OG gig economy, and we are here to reclaim that title back. People think this new gig economy is inventive. What did they do? They stole, they borrowed, they copied the direct selling promise of freedom. The problem is, it's only a job, it's not a career. Direct selling offers an amazing lifestyle, an amazing career. Driving Uber and all these other things is a job. It's Burger King, except for you set your own hours. People need to understand that when you come to Doterra, you are building a career that can be better, more fulfilling, and provide you a better lifestyle than almost any career on the face of the planet. So the next question is, how do we become the greatest direct selling company? That answer is simple. As I said, we need to be the company that attracts the very best leaders. We need more of you. We need you to get more of you. Today, I'm confident that we have the best leaders already in the industry. Each of you are amazing. I couldn't think of a better group of leaders, as you all inspire me to become better. So the real question is, how do we continue to get you? You know that answer better than I do, but we have 3 powerful strategies that we believe will help you get more of you. First, share our natural and powerful products with increased passion. I guarantee each one of you have had a profound experience with our products. Share your personal stories and get your team to share their personal stories. Help them get that confidence so that they can show that our products work, and they will continue to bless the lives of everyone who uses them. Second, we are striving to become the industry-leading entrepreneurial opportunity. Anyone who is looking to build a business needs to be confident that they can thrive. And Doterra pays out 40% of our revenues to you, our leaders. There is not another company in our industry that pays that high. Third, we are committed to increasingly nurturing our purpose-driven community. Again, we take a lot of lessons from Europe, Live a Cause, We Share, on and on. You do so much to build that community. So, people join Doterra, they build Doterra, and they stay with Doterra in large part because they belong to this community. We also are focusing on these 5 areas in order to become the company that can do the most good. That's always been what we've been about from the start. Let me talk about each one quickly. We have the world's most trusted essential oil network on the planet. 46 countries. 46 countries. Why? That's a hard way to do it. We have lavender in Utah. There's a company, used to be close to the same size of us, now it's about a third of us, that says they source some of their lavender from Utah. We've tested it. It has no medicinal therapeutic value. Utah is a desert. You got to get it from southern France and Bulgaria, Romania, where you have this incredible soil that can give you the best lavender. On and on, there's 46 countries that help us get there. Players in the market, though, can drive down costs in many ways because they don't have this sourcing network. And so they synthetically create the oils, something doTERRA will never do. We are committed to having the most pure and highest quality products on the market. So now, as we continue to do that, this is where you become so vitally important. Corporate can only do so much. It's your education that helps people understand the difference between the synthetic oil they can get at the gas station and the oil that we get from 46 different countries that bring the best of what each plant offers. We can also begin to demand the lowest prices for these natural products while still performing co-impact sourcing. That's what this volume that we have allows, and we will pass that on to you. We are adamant of having the best PV dollar splits in the industry for all our products and being a company that pays you the most for the products that you sell. We're doing well, but we need to do better on that. You work hard, you deserve it. It's also imperative that we have scientific backed claims. There was an argument for a little bit that maybe we shouldn't put all of this money into the science, because then you get all these free riders coming behind us, these ankle biters that kind of grab onto our science. But we're doubling down on it because we need to provide you the confidence to share these products. You will notice 2 of the products that we announced at convention have groundbreaking scientific studies to back their efficacy. I believe Nicole's going to tell you a little bit more about that today, but let me remind you what some of those were. Number 1, VMG+. It is a game changer. Yes. Thank you. It is truly a game changer. I can't do without it now, and I think everyone you share it with will feel the same way. Due to the liposomal technology created with our essential oils within VMG, the vitamin bioavailability increased up to 400%. We didn't actually dare dream it would be that much. When Dr. Osgothorpe, came into my office holding that thing, he was giddy. And if you know Dr. O, that's not a normal resting state for him. He couldn't believe it. So that means that your body is 400% more likely to absorb the vitamins and minerals. People are still taking their grandma's vitamins, which you're only absorbing 10 to 20% of. This changes the game forever. E Omega Plus, Due to the power of wild orange essential oil and sustainable natural sources of fish oil, straight from Norway, consumers, where are my Norwegians? Consumers taking E Omega Plus, powered with wild orange, have a 42% decrease in their diastolic blood pressure and a 14% decrease in their resting heart rate, compared to consumers taking fish oil alone with no wild orange. Maybe you've seen on social media, everyone's now doing this by biting the capsule and chewing and sucking it out. Not something you'd normally do with fish oil, but it's actually delicious. The wild orange keeps it from going rancid, and it's actually quite delightful. Can't wait for you to try it. We are committed that all future and existing products have scientific studies proving the efficacy of our products, so you can be as confident as ever that you promote and sell our products, that it will change the lives of the people with whom you share these incredible products. Now, we know we have the best essential oils. Let me show you one slide that tells the story. A study performed by Cicero, an independent consulting firm, discovered that customers who are aware of doTERRA indicate that we are their preferred brand of essential oil. So this is general population, not control. And mind you, this is a US-based survey. We need to do one in Europe soon. On top of this, from the same survey, we discovered we are the most preferred and most well-known essential oil company in the United States by a pretty good distance. So you are sharing the top-tier brand, and now we are adamant that our marketing needs to follow that. We need to do better with our marketing, because our marketing doesn't quite live up to the product and the people, and we've got a plan for that. For you as leaders to be successful, you also need to have the industry-leading digital experience. You may have heard we made some changes back at the head office in addition to me, and one big part of that is this new digital experience that we're excited for you to have. Back in 2022, doTERRA acquired our back office solution technology because it's not where it should be, right? It should look more like your doTERRA or your Delta app or whichever KLM app where you can kind of see exactly where you are and your team is. We know that, and we are committed to getting that better, more fun, so the end of your month will be more of an enjoyable time instead of some huge wreck. So, no, I don't deserve it. I don't deserve any content yet. We still haven't fixed it, but we're getting there. So, we understand for you to be successful, this team needs to provide you the best reports and features to help your business thrive. We've shifted resources and priorities to ensure that this is a key focus for us so that it's not a focus for you. Power Me is going to make a big difference here. We have made some jumps with that AI power tool that you're going to love. As I mentioned earlier, direct selling is the OG gig economy, and it's imperative that our digital experience matches that in the market to entice people that are wanting to earn a side income and ultimately make it a career. So, world-class leadership training and development. Most of this comes from you, as it should, but we feel like we can do a better job with some new programs and new trainings, and stay tuned, because we think these will help you, our leaders, achieve even greater heights and give you more of the tools you need to bring your team up to your level. Of course, none of these grand goals will ever happen without intense and intentional effort. As Federer said, there is no way around the hard work. Embrace it. I know that each of you are working hard. You would not be here without it. The key for each of us in this room is inspiring, pushing, hugging our teams to enthusiastically embrace and join in this incredible work ahead of us. Truly together, doTERRA's greatest days are ahead of us. Thank you so much. It's so great to be back with you. I hope you have an amazing leadership here in Greece. I love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks.